Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. Happy Friday. Let me know in the comments where you're watching it from and how you're feeling on Friday, just on Thanksgiving. Day was yesterday, but it's the whole weekend as a Thanksgiving weekend. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you Americans around the world and Americans in America and all of you celebrating this weekend or whatever you celebrate. Congratulations. So I hope that you are showing all your love and all your gratitude to the people around you. Today, we're going to talk about something super, super, absolutely fun to talk about because a lot of people ask that question. Are the TED and TEDx talk speakers paid? Interesting question. And I'm laughing because indeed a lot of people are like, what? Why? What's happening? So let's dive deep. If you have any questions, put them on the go in the comments. I'm going to come to your questions and I will answer throughout this episode of the podcast, the Red Dot Speaker Star podcast. I changed the name recently. So who pays who and for what on TED and TEDx? It's very interesting. So there are three things I want to cover today, or maybe four. But the first one, what I want you to remember is that neither TED or TEDx pay speakers to be on their stage. So TED is a non-for-profit organization or non-government organization. And as such, they don't make profit of you speaking on their stage, but they're not going to also pay you for getting on their stage. The TED conference team covers, however, the accommodation costs, the hotels, the travel costs. They give the speakers pass to all the 5 days, which pass is quite expensive, I can tell you. But they're not going to pay for the speaker to be on TED stage. If we now take TEDx as answering the same question, are TEDx speakers paid? Well, no, TEDx organizers are not going to pay you as a speaker, and they are also not going to pay any travel costs or accommodation, simply because the basis for TEDx is that TEDx is the locally organized event. Therefore, you're supposed to go to the TEDx event and stage, which is around where you live. Therefore, your accommodation is like you're going to sleep at home, right? And you're not going to have massive travel costs. However, of course, there are speakers which, like my last mentee, he decided, but it was his decision to travel and fly from London all the way to Las Vegas and speak there. But that was his decision. No one covered his travel costs or pay him to be a speaker on the TEDx stage in Las Vegas. So be very careful with that and don't expect the organizers to pay you as a speaker being on their stage. I know it's off-putting for some people, okay? One more thing, the second thing I want you to know is the other way around, okay? Speakers do not pay to be on TED and TEDx stage. Be very, very aware of this rule, because if a TEDx organizer is asking you to pay for them to be on their stage, this is against the rules, and you can absolutely report that to the TED headquarters. Go to the rules. I'm going to share the link to the rules right now, and just go and and just report, because that is absolutely against the rules. Okay. Now, with TEDx events, there are a lot of costs that needs to be covered. So the way how TEDx does the events is like this: the TEDx organizers needs to find sponsors. This money, together with the money from the tickets, they all go for paying the venue, because regardless of which venue they choose, they need to pay to hire the venue and to pay that rent for the venue. They need to pay lighting, they need to pay the filming, they need to pay the video editing, they need to pay the photographer coming to do all this work. They need to pay a lot of printouts, like banners on the doors, for during the venue, or printouts before, leaflets, all kind of printouts is a cost, and they have to cover that from the sponsorship. There is a cost for social media coverage if they need to hire someone to do the post and to do the visuals and the beautiful pictures of you as a speaker. So this always cost. If they decide, they might have catering. So it's a lot of cost there. What you might not be aware if you never organized an event. I've been involved in organizing events, I think, since I was, 15 years old. So I can tell you from experience, it's a lot of cost needs to be paid. And if you never did a TEDx event and you want to do one, just be aware of all this cost, because if you cannot find a sponsor, then you have to pay all this from your pocket to be able to run an event, which is a really, really good event for everyone involved, as the speakers and also the audience. Now, the next rule, what I think is number 3 now, the next rule I want you to know, which is super, super, super important, is that one of the rules from the headquarters is that the sponsors cannot be also speakers on the same TEDx event. If you're sponsoring the event and you get on stage, basically what's going to happen is that your talk is going to be banned and it's going to never be published, okay, on any media, on TED.com, on the TED app, anywhere, on YouTube, nowhere. So you cannot do the sponsorship and the speaking on the same stage. So the TEDx money come from the sponsors, and they literally, together with selling tickets money, but to be honest, like TEDx organizers don't get much money from selling the tickets, not because 100 people audience, which is the standard license is for 100 people in the audience, but 100 people is a lot, okay? And there is a rule as of how much the ticket must cost as a maximum. Of course, don't quote me on that. I think it was like $65 or $75, but don't quote me on that. I need to check that for you. But in some countries, like let's say $50, that is a lot of money, like a lot of money. But for some countries, this is like almost nothing. So it's tickets money is not going to cover massive amount of cost, but meanwhile the sponsors can actually do cover all the expenditure and expenses around the event. Now, moving from the rules, what I just told you, put in the comments any kind of questions you've got. I'm here to answer them, and if I don't know the answer, I will go and check and I will answer. Of course, I can't pretend I know everything, okay? I even for me, I often go and check like every 2-3 months. I check the rules and the guidelines in case something is updated, and then I come on stage here on my podcast and I tell you that there is something new. So outside the rules, let me just cover something that a lot of people is like, because I'm not gonna pay it, and no, I don't want to go to this event because it's just like I need to get paid every time when I go on stage. Well, there are people who are thinking like this, of course, and it's absolutely your choice to think this way. I mean, I don't know your situation. If you be on stage unless you're paid, then definitely TED and TEDx is not for you, okay? Of course, there are other people which are concentrating on spreading the idea and the wisdom around the world, because they don't want to get paid. Paying and money is not like a goal for some people. They prefer to concentrate on their idea and getting it out of them and spreading it around the world. So why TEDx, of course, is a normal question. Those people who are concentrating on not getting paid but on the idea, you need to know that your talk is going to be published on 50 plus platforms. It's like TED.com, it's YouTube, Netflix, Spotify, and so on. I don't have the list here, but 50 plus platforms came from one article from TED people. So they didn't list all the platforms. Hence, I cannot tell you, but that list what I gave you is because I've seen TED and TEDx talks there. So of course, the other question is why TED in this case? Well, it is the same platforms where TEDx goes, the Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, TED.com, the TED application, the mobile application as well, which is a brilliant application, highly recommending you to download and use it, because there you can say like, I like this kind of talk. So you're going to have notifications when a new talk is in that topic, basically, and you can watch them freshly out of the TED headquarters. So in addition, why TED? You're going to have a lot of connections with all the speakers who are for those 5 days flagship conference, but you're going to have also this connection with the audience who is there. Imagine 5 days, you're going to have this pass for all the 5 days as a speaker, and you will be able to speak with all the people around. But you're going to have also access with during the special networking hours. You're going to have pre-conference coaching, you're going to have extra trainings, you're going to have the recording from all the 5 days from all the speakers as a web archive. So it's a lot of included in the package, although you're not going to be paid as a TED speaker, you're going to have all that. So last thing what I want you to know, because not many people are aware of this, okay, is that not all TED or TEDx talk are uploaded online. Shock. Why on earth I've been telling you all that if I finish with like, yeah, your talk might not be uploaded. Well, if a talk violates all the rules which comes from the TED headquarters, your talk is not going to be published online. This is a rule, actually. So you have to make sure that you do follow all the guidelines. So here is the link to the guidelines. I will put them in the comments right before we finish, and I will ask you for questions if you've got. So if you've got any questions, put them right now. And I'll make sure that you do have the answer from me. So the guidelines are here, or you can go and Google TEDx guidelines and you're going to see them. The TEDx rules, which I also took information out of them, is on TED.com. If you go there and you type TEDx rules, you're going to see all the rules there as of how to be a TEDx speaker, and also how to what are the rules as a TEDx speaker, what are the rules for TEDx organizers. If you want a very condensed way as of what you need to know if you are just about to apply for TEDx, because you always wanted to do a TEDx talk, just go on tobeaspeaker.com/apply for TED. I will put the link as well, and you're gonna have literally 40 minutes condensed training from me. It's completely free, so don't worry about that. But that training is literally gonna give you all the information what you need to know, and all this what I just said in a lot more details. So go ahead and just watch the mini course today. As I'm gonna do the link. Actually, before I do the link, let me just announce something, because today is a very, very special episode of the podcast, the Red Dot Speaker Star podcast. It is the number 75 episode of the podcast. I started about a year ago doing the podcast, and if you want to have only, first of all, you can watch all the episodes on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and on Facebook. I stopped putting them on Facebook for about, I would say 4 months now. So the quickest way to get just the episode, purely all the episodes from the Red Dot Speaker Star podcast, is to go to my YouTube channel. So you go to YouTube and type @bizbilly, BIZBILY. I'll put the link again in the comments in a minute, but let me show you. Let me just show you what I did recently, because it's really cool. I did playlists, share screen. I want to share a very specific tab. Here we go, share. So I hope you do see. So the playlist what I created for you is like how to apply for TEDx organizers. Watch this before you start. The best way to practice a TEDx talk, which are 5 videos, which are really 5 episodes, which are really going to help you with practicing. How to do a powerful TEDx talk, another 5 episodes of the podcast, which are really important. How to write a TEDx script, 13. I spent 13 episodes on how to write a TEDx script, and all the information. It's super useful. All the feedback what I got from all of you is amazing, and thank you so much for doing it. For sending me that feedback. Must know if you want to become a TEDx speaker. I've got 15 episodes on that one. Did your TEDx talk? Do this before it's published. It's another playlist what I created for you. I've got 4 episodes dedicated to what to do after you've been published. How to position as a TEDx speaker. I have 5 episodes dedicated on this topic. How to get more views for your TEDx talk is another 8 episodes here. So it will be super useful. I know, because you've been telling me that it has been useful. I'm going to stop that screen to come back to me. So here we go. It is 75th episode today. Congratulations to me. Okay, let's see comments, and I will jump after this on putting the links what I mentioned, because I know that they're very useful. Okay, I don't see any comments right now, which is fine. I am gonna travel today. I'm gonna go to Sofia because one of my best friends has a name day and the other best friend has a birthday. So it's a double celebration this weekend. I'm sending you a lot of love and a lot of energy wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. If you have questions and you're watching on a replay, put the hashtag replay, put your question, and I'm going to answer offline. I love you a lot, and I'm going to see you next Friday.